Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun card using an Altenew stamp set. I'm stamping on a piece of Coordination's 110-pound cardstock. Now I'm going to do this a little bit differently and easily than most people probably would. I feel like a lot of people watercolor with this set, but I am going to start and stamp one of the solid images with the lemon chiffon ink. I'm just probably doing this the easy way, but I really like how it turned out. Then I'm using the Rosy Cheeks, and I'm stamping, there's 3 solid images, so this one is the second solid image. And then for the final one, I am going to be using a blue color. It is the Surf Blue. And then next I'm going to stamp kind of with a coordinating ink but darker. So I'm using the Simon Says Stamp Sunshine ink, and I have the outline for the yellow one. So I'm stamping that. And the nice thing about the clear stamps is that you can see through them to line them up pretty closely. I did it a little bit off, but I kind of like that look. I think it looks more cartoony. So that's kind of what I was going for. And then for the pink one, I'm using the Pale Tomato. And then for the blue one, I have the Audrey Blue. And all of these inks are from Simon Says Stamp or Hero Arts. And all of the supplies I do use on this card will be linked below if you're interested in any of them. I really love this set from Altenew. I think a good floral set is always a great idea. And then I'm stamping a solid leaf image with the Green Hills ink. I'm going to stamp that leaf 3 times. And then I also stamped the outline, but unfortunately that one got cut off. So I have this stencil from My Favorite Things that I'm putting over a piece of distressed watercolor cardstock. And I have my white embossing paste. I've been loving embossing paste lately. I could seriously get like a gallon of this stuff and just use it all. I love coloring it and using it in different ways. So it's definitely one of my most favorite products for card making. And I am just using my palette knife to apply this to the right hand side of the card towards the center. So it doesn't really go over the center, it's just focused on the right hand side of this piece of cardstock. So once I get that evened out, I can lift up the stencil and then clean everything up. And then I am going to take this gold embossing powder from Zing and just sprinkle this on to my embossing paste. It's still wet, so the embossing paste is still wet. And then I'm tapping off the extra, but I didn't cover all of that embossing paste. I left part of it on, part of it's white, part of it's gold, and I wanted it to kind of, the gold part to fade out. And then what I did was I let that embossing paste dry completely before I used my heat tool to melt the embossing powder. That way the embossing paste underneath does not bubble up as much. I learned this as a tip from you guys from a card that I did a while ago, so thank you for letting me know that. And this is a little bit smaller than my A2 size card base. It's not as wide. So I'm adding a black strip to the right hand side of my card base. For some reason I always love this look, and I think it works well with flowers because it kind of grounds them on that right hand side of the card. It gives them a place to like sit on. So before I add those flowers on, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. This is from Simon Says Stamp. It says, "Happy Birthday." And I believe this is Christina Werner's handwriting. She has the most amazing handwriting ever. So I'm going to stamp this with the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I'm going to stamp this on the left-hand side of the card, so there's no embossing paste over there. I added some 3D foam squares to the back of my flowers, so I can remove the backings off from those, and then I'm going to place these onto my card base. And I'm going to add them so they look like they are clustered on there, so all 3 of the flowers are going to be touching each other. And then I'm going to add the leaves with a little bit of my Tombow Mono Multi Glue. You can also use the multi-medium in matte for this. The Tombow Mono Multi Glue was just closer for me, so that's why I reached for that one. And then I'm going to slide those behind each of the flowers. And I made sure that I didn't put the 3D foam squares close to the edges of those flowers so that I could slide the leaves in behind them. Alright, so then I decided to add a little bit of Wink of Stella glitter to the center of each of those flowers. I believe that there is a stamp for the center of those flowers if you would rather have it be a different color. And then I'm going to add some sequins. So I'm using the Snowflake mix from Mint Owl Studio. This is my go-to sequin mix. I love all of these colors. That's why I designed them and mixed all those colors together because they are my most used. So there's the white, the silver, and the clear, but I'm just using the white and the clear for this card since the background has gold. And then I can adhere them into place with the multi-medium matte finish. And then that is my card for today. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial with the embossing paste and embossing powder. And I hope you all pick up your own embossing powder because it is a really cool product to use. If you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I'm having a holiday card series starting in a couple days, so you are not going to want to miss that. If you didn't see my latest video, go ahead and click here so that you can see that, and I will see you back here next time. Bye!